Hey everybody, so I just got done mounting my Accusump. I kind of mocked up everything, but the reason why I did the Accusump is because my first motor, it died because of oil starvation. Even with a baffled pan, the high G loads still caused a dip in oil pressure, which caused it to blow up, unfortunately. So an Accusump, what that's designed to, it's basically an oil reservoir which will dump oil into the motor whenever there's a sense in oil pressure drop. And hopefully this will help alleviate my oil starvation issue that I had on the first motor. And when racing, you always want a motor that's reliable so you can finish races. So this is how I did it. So this is the Accusump here. This is the oil reservoir. It can be like a quart or more. And whenever there's a drop in oil pressure, this will dump oil back into the motor, and this is the line which routes onto my oil cooler system. So it routes out here and then underneath the radiator, and then it goes, this is the ending of the Accusump, but I am going to mount it or tap it onto here in this AN10 fitting with this T fitting right here, and basically oil will get dumped into here and then pushed into the motor here. So whenever there's a dip in oil pressure, the extra quart or so will help improve the oil pressure and prevent it from blowing up from starvation. I did also ordered a check valve here. It hasn't arrived yet, but I'm going to mount it right here so oil doesn't go back into the oil cooler. It goes into the motor here. And this is how I mounted my oil cooling system too. I have an MRP sandwich plate. I haven't hooked it up yet, but basically the MRP sandwich plate connects to this hose here, which pumps oil out of the motor and then routes up to here to this oil filter. Oil filter filters the oil. The filtered oil comes out here to the oil cooler here, and it goes up here. So the hot oil goes in here and gets cooled in the oil cooler. Cool air goes, or cooled oil goes up here and exit out, and then back to the T system here. So there's no drop in oil pressure. The Accusump will not dump any oil, and you know, the cooled oil goes in here. And if there is a loss in oil pressure, the Accusump will immediately dump oil onto this T system and then back into the motor here. And then hopefully that will solve my oil starvation issue that I had on the first car. So naturally, you do want a dry sump. It is a better choice, but unfortunately dry sumps are very expensive. They're like $4 grand for a kit. And you know, I'm hoping that this Accusump, which is a lot cheaper to do, will help solve my oil starvation issue. I do have a race coming up in the 3rd week of July, so hopefully the motor survives and I'll be able to keep on tracking and hopefully win some races and stuff. I'll be in Super Touring 6 with NASA, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So far everything is all good. Oh, and I forgot, I'm gonna also cover this Accusump for racing, because you don't want it to be exposed just in case this thing leaks oil or something like that. At least the hot oil doesn't get everywhere. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully I'll see you guys out there at NASA, Texas, and Circuit America's 3rd week of July. All right, see ya.